Everyone, welcome back. I hope you're all doing great. So far in this Playwright API testing series, we have covered different HTTP methods, response validation, header validation, and also schema validation. In today's video, we are going to learn authentication in API testing. Okay, so we are going to learn authentication in API testing. First, let us understand what is authentication. Okay, so authentication is a process of verifying the identity of the client. In simple words, server checks whether the client is allowed to access requested resource. Okay, I'll repeat once again. Here in authentication process, server checks whether the client is allowed to access requested resource. Okay, so if the authentication is successful, the server processes the request. Otherwise, it returns 401 unauthorized error. 401 unauthorized error. Okay, so there are several authentication methods. So these four are main. First one is no authentication, then bearer token authentication, API key authentication, and OAuth 2.0 authentication types. Okay, so the first one is no auth authentication. So it means, so this is for public APIs, means no authentication is required, means we can simply access the APIs here. Okay, example JSON placeholder. So we have been using that examples, correct? JSON placeholders and dummy JSON. Okay, so these are public APIs, and to access them we do not need any authentication or authorization. Okay, so next is bearer token authentication, and also here I missed basic authentication. Basic authentication, and this is what we are going to see in this video. Okay, that is basic authentication. Okay, so the first and foremost thing is in basic authentication, so client must send username and password along with the request. I'll repeat once again. In basic authentication, I'll just highlight this. Okay, so in basic authentication, client must send valid username and password along with the request. Okay, so the server verifies the credentials, and if they are correct, it allows the client to access the requested resource. Okay, so if the credentials are incorrect or missing, so server simply reject that request and usually returns so 401 unauthorized status code. Okay, so before we getting into the coding, so I want you to do some settings. Okay, that is, so just go to the root of your project and create a file called tsconfig.json. Okay, so create a file called, I've already created tsconfig.json, and just copy and paste this code. Okay, so I'll just leave this in the comment. You can copy and paste this code, and also you need to execute this command npm install this one. Okay, so I'll tell you why. I've already installed this command. So here, since we are using authentication, so we need to convert the username and password to base64 format. Okay, so which is what required by basic authentication. Okay, so to convert, we use a class called buffer. Okay, so for that we need to install this command, that is this one, types I slash node. This is a package, that is Node.js type package. Okay, so this will basically tell the TypeScript how to compile the project and what features and type definitions are available. Okay, so this is installed, and tsconfig.json. So file is, you have to create this file under the root of your project. Like you can see, I have created. Okay, so now let me create a spec file. I'll call it basic auth dot spec.js, sorry, ts. Okay, so I have this program. I'll just copy paste this and I will explain. Okay, so as you know, we need to import test and expect, and this is the name of this test, that is basic authentication, and here we have to pass a request. Okay, and you know that we'll keep this request in the variable called response. Okay, so along with the request we have to pass headers. Okay, so header is a property, a playwright property. So you know that why we are passing headers. So because here we are doing authorization and the authorization is basic. Okay, so in the headers we have to send the authorization details. Okay, I'll repeat once again. In headers we have to send authorization details. Okay, so here you know that we have seen previously we can send like we have other things also we can send like query parameters, timeout, and so on. So here we are working on authorization, and authorization is in headers. So we'll have to use headers, and we have to type authorization. So authorization is the standard HTTP header. Okay, so authorization is standard HTTP header. Okay, and what authorization we are doing? We are doing basic authorization. So you have to type basic. Okay, so after this URL. So this is the URL I'm using or API I'm using. So open the curly braces and enter headers colon, and once again open the curly braces and authorization. Okay, so authorization colon, and what authorization we are performing? Here we are performing basic authorization. So use the word basic inside the single quote. Okay, and we have to use buffer from. Okay, and we have to pass this username and password. Okay, so user is the username and password is the password, and we have to send like this only. Okay, so I'll just copy and paste this and I will show you. Okay. Okay, so it's authenticated and this is the response we will get. Authenticated true and user is user. Okay, so I'll just try to do once again. Actually, if I press enter, it will, so it's already authenticated. For the first time, it will ask enter the username and password. Okay, so in the pop-up, we have to enter the username and password. Then we will get this response. Okay. Okay, so this is the response we will get. And so okay, so this buffer from, so this is to, in order to use this, we have installed this command. Okay. Okay, so this buffer class is a built-in Node.js class. Okay, so it perform basic, encoding and decoding operations. Okay, so I think this much information is enough. Okay, so in the interview, if anyone asks, so why you're using buffer, you can say that so it is for basic encoding and decoding operation, and what it will do is it will convert this username and password to base 64 format. And you can say like why you have to convert base 64 format. So so this is a way of converting the normal text into some different format so it can be safely transmitted over the internet. Okay, so this base 64 format. Okay, so we are converting into base 64 format, and this will convert the normal text into different text format so that it can be safely transmitted over the internet. Okay. Okay, and also you can remember, or you can note it down for the interview, like buffer is a class to convert the username and password to base 64 format, and base 64 format which is required by basic authentication. Okay. Okay, so next here we'll pass username and password and we'll convert to base 64, and buffer dot from is a class. Okay. Okay, so built-in Node.js class, you can remember that. Okay, so here actually I'll type here and I'll show you. So internally it will be like um, base and like base 64. So here encoded credentials, encoded credentials will come, like it will be in different format like alphanumerics or just text, but we will not understand that. Okay. Okay, so I'll just remove this. And so when we do this, the status code we expect is 200. So you know that response dot status to be 200. So this is the response. Okay, so then if we want to, so if you want to validate the response. We need to convert this response to JSON format and keep this in response body variable. Okay, so then we'll just print this response body. Okay, so we'll just do it. So here server decodes these credentials. Okay, so user and the password, and if they're valid, it allows us to access the required resource. Okay, so here the required resource is um, this one. Okay. Okay, so this is our expected behavior. Authenticated true and user is user. So there is one more program I have written, so where that's why it is executing twice. So this is the response, authenticated true and user is user, and here also we got the same, and test is passed. Okay, so the validation we are performing is status code to be 200, and we want in the response body authenticated should be present. So authenticated is present and the value of the authenticated is true. So this is true. And in the response body, user should be present. It is present. And also the value of the user should be user. Okay. So the validation is pass. Okay. So this is about basic authentication. Okay. So in the upcoming videos, I'll cover some more authentication types. Okay. Okay. And if you think you learned something from this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.